True. Sometimes Peyton is late because she's the only one that makes the snack.
She is. And did any of us make the snack now that Peyton's not here? No.
No,
I didn't. I
No.
didn't.
All right.
So
I'm not much of
Did
a cook.
not.
You guys know this.
I would have made the snack this time, except my kitchen has been overrun because all of my mother's fruit trees are like fruiting at the moment. So our whole kitchen was like a quince paste factory for all of today. And I was like, I'll just leave
Yum.
her to it.
So no cookies. I did make the drink of the month, but I did not put alcohol in it because I'm on deadline then I can't be drinking.
See, I did not make the drink of the month, but it does have alcohol.
Same with Harry. The alcohol is present. All right. Anyway, welcome. Welcome everyone to our live book club. It's the first Amy and live book club of 2026. Before we start, I'd like to acknowledge we're meeting on Gunner Yata today in the beautiful Tantania, Adelaide. We're a bit scattered around the city, but I'm down near Karrawirru Parry, the River Torrens, and we'd like to pay our respects to elders past and present and to extend those respects to any First Nations people listening today. We're really, really always thrilled to be writing on beautiful Gunner Yata. Anyway, welcome. It's first one of 2026. I am in football gear. I don't know if you noticed. Because we somehow scheduled this live thing for the night of the Crows Cats game, and my partner is a Cats fan. So he is not watching it until I finish here.
Oh, really?
Yep, we're holding off.
That's love.
What?
Yeah.
That is love. You're going to hear
Wow.
screaming when
No,
this
he better
starts.
not be watching it. He'll be if he
Somehow scheduled.
okay.
Like this isn't the
Yeah.
same time every month.
I know
Yeah.
it's just bad luck.
Someone talk to Matthew Nish.
It was the AFL that scheduled it
Yeah.
for me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do they
They
not
have to
get us?
compete
with
scheduled?
I actually have so my sister usually watches live every month, she just told me, but she's actually here in my house tonight.
Oh,
So I was
she's
like-
watching you live.
I was like, dude, you
Live.
can't listen because you'll hear me talk out loud and then 10 seconds later you'll hear me on the video and that's going to be hell. And she was like, I'll wait.
And then I'll make
So
you
she's
sit
hearing
through it
my
after.
part of the conversation.
That is also love.
That is.
I
yeah.
agree, that is love.
I'm not sure
I
my
wonder-
brother has ever watched any of these. I'm not sure he would.
No.
No one in my
Oh, no.
family watches any of it at all. And I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I've had some school people watch some of my stuff. Some colleagues have watched some of our things.
Oh, that's
And I've got
nice.
people that listen to our podcast every week.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we love you all. Thank you for putting up with our craziness. Anyway, so first live book club. I thought we'd start off though, because we've been really busy this year, like super, super busy. We've only been going, this is only our 4th week, but we've been like flat chat. So last night, Harry and Justina did an event, which was amazing, that we organised at Dimmock's Rundle Mall with some other people. Do you want to tell people about it? Because it was super fun.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Well,
We just had just go, Justine. You'll sell it better than me.
oh, we don't need to sell it. It's done. It's over.
Oh,
No.
yeah, true.
No, Millie was also on the like organizing team and did heaps of all the like promotional materials for it. It was a book club.
So if you go on our Instagram and look up the poster, that's our Millie. Like, it looks amazing.
Yeah, and then Payton did a lot of organising and did a lot of heavy lifting.
And
but
did the hosting.
She's not here.
She's not
She's
here.
not here, so
Yeah.
no
Off
credit.
being a good
Not
family
here, she's
member.
not heavy lifting enough, is she?
Yeah, amen.
And there's
Pick the book club
bunch of
over
our
this.
other I guess friends and colleagues were also there. Listeners of the pod will recognize Riley, who we had on to talk about horror romance, was there. And also Rebecca, who hasn't been on the pod,
but will be
should
soon,
be,
I'm
But
sure.
will
Should be on the
at some
pod.
time. Yeah.
and Tully as
Who
well.
should also probably be
Yeah.
on the pod at some point.
So it was
Start
yeah.
that list. Basically, everyone we know at some point will be on the pod because everyone we know reads books.
We
Yeah,
know
and
too
it's
many
super fun.
like smart people.
But yeah, it was great. We had. Oh yeah, I was going to say show the covers. Mine are in my room.
I have to sort of be directly behind
You
them.
got a
so-
beauty
I am.
blog it.
I bought a hard copy last night. I didn't have a hard copy and I left it lying on the couch and I went out just before this and my youngest had picked it up and was like, oh, opened straight to one of the most
But
graphic
did we
pages.
say heated rivalry for anyone
No.
listening close?
Yeah.
No one has mentioned
Oh.
rivalry
Oh, yeah.
by name yet. It was a
It was-
heated rivalry.
Heated Rivalry. It was for the Game Changer book 1, which is book 1, and
Yeah.
Heated Rivalry, which is book 2. And we're planning on doing some more for the other ones afterwards, after
Yeah.
the success of last night. So we had lots of people that came to listen to us talk about what we thought about not only the writing, but also from a theoretical perspective, what we think the books are doing. And
it turns out that they're quite popular books, guys. Who knows?
yeah,
It was
wouldn't
rammed.
know.
Like that was one of the biggest events I've seen at Dimmicks. It was huge.
It was a good blend of, I think, the kind of academic deep dive and the kind of a fan deep dive, which I was talking to someone who attended afterwards about it, and I was like, yeah, I think it's fun to do more of those blending, because I think sometimes the idea of looking at something academically seems like intimidating, or like it's a cordoned off area. I know Millie talks about this all the time, but it just truly doesn't need to be. It's very much the same kind of skill set that you're using as a fan when you like super analyze something. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing to listen, because I thought the questions from the audience were just so well thought out and smart.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
people were actively engaging with what was being said, and so I was like, oh, this, like, as we sat there for longer and the questions kept pouring in, I was like, oh, the engagement then puts your energy up as a presenter.
Yeah, there were two or
like,
three people who kept asking questions. I felt like saying, oh, I wish you were up there too, because I'd love to pick your brain about this.
Yeah,
like they really were cluey.
Yeah, and it was really fun chatting to people afterwards about all their thoughts. Like, yeah, I was learning stuff as well, as someone who's relatively new to the ice hockey romance, subgenre. So yeah, it was a very fun group of people.
And the take-home message for me is, you guys love book club so much, you do it more than once in a week.
Also, I got a gift that someone was giving.
Oh yeah, I got one too.
Bracelets. I got one that says, it's a hand-beaded bracelet for those listening. There was people there trading like fan-made like merch, I suppose, and it says tuna melt. I'm trying to get the
that is so sweet.
Rebecca sent me pictures of theirs. They got tuna melt and cottage, I believe.
I got cottage. I got the cottage one.
Yeah, I got
so sweet
on my Instagram about my outfit, but I didn't get a bracelet.
The shoes were fabulous. I did get a photo of the shoes. I also can I mention the other photo, because it's the best.
Yes, you can.
Harry was sat. There were like all these stools, and then there's a row of books right between him and Tully, and the book right next to Harry's head was The Cursed Vagina, which was just the best.
But also, this is part of. There's a broader context to this as well, because
there's no need to be
at least the last three. No, not the cursed vagina. No, there's a broader context about the fact that Amy and I have had, it's very small, but a slight photo war over the last 3 years.
We sent each other photos back and forth, punched in of like embarrassing moments.
I picked Amy's feet that were hanging off of a stool, and I thought that was funny.
I was giving a talk, the Christina Lauren night, where we interviewed Christina and Lauren, and they put me on a really high stool, and I'm really short, for people who don't know, like really short. Like I would make Reese Witherspoon and Winona Ryder look tall. Yeah.
Can't tell from the the video chat thumbnails.
But I'm on this massive stool and my feet were swinging, and Harry videoed it, which was.
And I thought it was funny, but it started because Amy took a photo of my shoes when I first wore a pair of boots, and we were at an artist in residence thing. I slipped off my boots because they were sore, and Amy took a photo of my feet out of the boots. So it's a long carrying war. I
think the cursed vagina is winning it for me, people. Anyway, we should get to book club.
On the topic of cursed and vagina.
We're making me laugh so much this season.
This is bad romance, guys. So our book of the month is How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates by Shailee Thompson. We interviewed Shailee last week, so if you are behind on episodes, go catch up, because it was a good interview. Like, I think we had more material than we could probably use. Yeah. All right, so the book, let's introduce the book. So Shailee, this is debut novel. It came out and was like a bestseller the week it came out. Whew, we'd love that to happen. So I'm going to just read the blurb. A genre-bending debut that puts the killer in killer love story. When cinephile Jamie Prescott attends a speed dating event, she expects to meet a roster of mediocre men and have a few laughs. She doesn't expect one of her dates to have his throat slit at her table during a blackout. When the lights come back on, there are more bodies on the floor, the doors are locked, and there's a murderer on the loose. So basically what happens is she's there with her best friend. They're in the dark. It's like Murder in the Dark, with like a bunch of single guys, bunch of single girls, and they don't know which of who's the killer, and they're running around this kind of very dark, twisty nightclub.
Describing it as murder in the dark makes it sound so much more fun than it is, but it is also like murder in the dark. Like
It
Well,
is.
the book is really fun. Like, I mean, the characters are experiencing a horrifying traumatic event, but the readers are experiencing like a fun blend of rom-com and like slasher.
It definitely
But
gave me
also-
like 90s Buffy Charmed vibes as well, even though it's
Yeah,
not supernatural at all. Like it's serial killers, not supernatural, but it had that. This is a kind of wisecracking adventure. Like you don't get too upset about any of the violence.
That's true. And the nightclub setting, I was just like, I've never really thought about it from that perspective. Like I've thought about nightclubs from a fire perspective and stuff like that to be like, God, I'm not getting out of here. But from a serial killer with the doors locked, I'm like, that's it, I'm screwed. Like this
Oh,
place
that's a good segue
so-
into one of our first questions, Harry. Does someone want to read? So Jamie, our protagonist, she is a PhD student studying romance and horror. So she's like totally our girl. But she's got this theory, like they've got this, she's stuck these rules to the back of the bathroom door that she's made her best friend kind of memorize as well for how to survive. Does someone have the rules? They want to read them out?
Yeah, I can read them out if you like.
Go
Um,
for it.
So the list is how to survive a slasher. And it's number 1, don't have sex. Number 2, always hide for longer than you think. Number 3, find a weapon. Number 4, turn on the light. Number 5, don't split up. Number 6, watch your back. Number 7, don't run up the stairs. Number 8, don't say, I'll be right back. Number 9, sobriety equals survival. And number 10, down doesn't mean dead, double tap.
Nice.
All right. So my question is, which step are you failing at?
I feel like Harry's failing at number 9, which wasn't what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to say what we would fail.
Spot on,
We're just
though.
gonna go for
If-
Harry.
All
If
our
I-
answers are about which ones Harry would fail.
Would
Yeah.
you
If
If
fail
I
at number
recall
1?
quickly, number
you
9
fail?
is sobriety means that you're dead.
And are
I
you
forgot it.
drinking tonight?
If I'm going, yes, but if I'm going into a speed dating scenario, right? Like I'm going to do the liquid luck thing where I go like, I'm going to
Yeah.
panic. I'm going to need 2 or 3 nice glasses of a good wine, and then
Yeah.
one more when I'm there, and then by the time the killing starts, I'm done, guys.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't
you've pretty much you failed before it even started, is what you're saying.
Well, when the lights go down, and obviously like we'll get into it, but the first couple people die. I don't think that's any of us in this scenario. But
Oh, it could
following,
be me. I think we've established this month that I'd be the first one dead. Like I
No,
just
but
have
you'll be the
no
first to-
survival
No, because
instincts.
we would all protect you, Amy.
We're doing
Yeah, we
spoilers.
would.
We're doing
would.
spoilers, by the way, for anyone listening or watching. But this is a spoiler. Amy, we need you alive because I feel like we'd fit you into the vent.
Yeah, that's true. I'm the only one that can
Yeah,
go to
that's
bed.
true.
Good point.
We need the
True.
Good
yeah,
point. Yeah.
that is a
Good
good
point. Yes.
But
Well,
yes,
see,
I
I'm
feel like
also maybe a hyper suspicious person, so maybe I wouldn't let them get close enough to kill me. I wouldn't put my back to the middle of the room.
No, I
Definitely.
think
that's true.
that's
You'd
the
pick
one
the
I'm
fun.
failing at. I'm failing at watch your back because I have like zero situational awareness. Like I would just not notice anything happening at any given
we
time.
did get
That's
this
so
like
true.
down pat. Yeah, when you said that you wouldn't go and check if a door had been left open because you'd be like, I just probably forgot to close it.
Yeah. I just
Yeah,
would,
right.
I would probably not even notice the bodies. Like I would just be like, wow, what a twisty little nightclub.
So do you have like, okay, do you have like an overactive imagination when you're out alone or anything? Because like even walking back from the bookstore to my car last night, I'm imagining
Yeah.
scenarios. Like there was a
did I.
guy screaming on the street and I was like, oh, he's still on silent now. He's totally following me. He's totally stalking me to the car. I'm going to put my keys in. This is what I would do if this happens. So maybe I would survive a bit longer than you, Justina. Maybe I would.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%. It's not a slasher, but I am the character in a horror film who dies after saying, there's no such thing as ghosts.
So we've declared that I would not be sober and therefore die.
You
What
might be a
about-
mean drunk though. You might be okay. I don't know. You might actually function fine. You know,
Might
some
give you like
people-
some kind of survival superpower.
Well, some people are like more functional drunk, I find. Like if you're doing it for social anxiety, those people sometimes are way more functional with a drink in them.
Oh, maybe. I still think it would.
This
It would
speaks
be the
very
reason
highly
it's
of you, obviously, Harry.
Yeah, I know.
And also
you
don't-
might be a
So
mean
unkind.
drunk. You might be a mean drunk who's going in a note tab.
So-
The things that have been
I
said
wasn't
to me.
necessarily saying you, but like some people
The
get
royal you.
like I used to work with a guy who would like he'd get very vicious when he was drunk and hiss like a possum at people and stuff.
Like a
And I was like,
possum.
I feel like he
I-
would survive.
I feel like hissing like a possum actually might work.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
He'd
against
turn
this,
around and just
they
go,
would not expect the hissing.
I feel like I would fail at turn on the light because I would be doing number 2, which is always hide for longer than you think. So like that's it. I'd just be hiding. Like I'm not coming out to turn on the light.
But I
I'm not
think
moving.
You'd still be there the
that's
next
means you're
day
gonna
when it was all
survive,
over.
though.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
be the longest.
Somebody else will turn on the light. I
I
feel
thought you
can't
were
remember
going to
which
say
number it
that
is.
you. Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to say you wouldn't turn it on because you don't like the big light.
Oh, no, I
Yeah.
don't like the big light.
I don't like the
That's
big
what-
light either.
That's
Yeah.
I can't remember which number it is, but I would fail at the don't say I'll be back in a minute because the urge to make the joke would be too strong and then that would jinx me.
Or the
Oh,
go to the
no,
toilet.
yes.
Actually, the go to the toilet might get a lot of us because I don't
Where
want to
does
hold.
it say that? It doesn't say
It
don't go to the
doesn't. Harry
toilet.
made that up, but
Oh no, she says that in the book though, doesn't she? She says you're definitely not supposed to go to the toilet.
No, she says you're not supposed to have sex in the toilets.
No, the
Oh, wow.
toilets do come up as a thing that doesn't come up in movies. Like she's like, oh, in the movies, the characters either never have to go to the toilet, or if they do go to the toilet, it is because someone's about to have a comic relief death or something.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
a movie that does talk about it is I've forgotten it. The zombie movie.
Oh, Zombieland. She mentions the
Zombieland.
Zombieland.
Yeah, one of his
It is.
rules
I
is
remember
like
this from
don't go
Zombieland.
into like
Yeah.
check all the stalls and stuff. Yeah.
There
That's
is
the
a lot of
reference that she
Zombieland
makes.
references in it as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
lots
there's-
of references in general.
So I think we would all be okay at don't split up. I don't think any of us
Yeah.
are splitting up in a scary situation. I think we'd travel in a pack.
Definitely.
So who's failing
And
on
I
this
am
list?
not
Like-
running upstairs. I can
No,
guarantee.
never.
Okay, Justina then.
No
Maybe find a
way.
weapon.
but
Find a weapon might be hard.
My body
I
is a
think
I
weapon.
could find
think-
one. I don't know if I could use one. Like,
My body as a weapon is totally a t-shirt. We're getting merch.
I don't know if we've spoken about this on the pod, but I feel like I bring it up quite frequently that I have a belief that I acknowledge is delusional that I could beat anyone in a fight.
Yeah, you have
Mhm.
mentioned that.
You have.
That is
Yeah.
It is
canonical.
founded
Yes.
in nothing. This has never been tested before. I've never fought anyone.
But your confidence
So
would
you
probably
don't need a
scare them
weapon.
off.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah.
They'll be like, wow,
Yeah.
she's got so much fighting experience. She's not scared at all.
Look at that stance. I reckon I could find a weapon. I think I
I
would be
reckon I could
okay at that.
Mm.
Even if I was just throwing random stuff at people.
So what's killing you then, Amy? What do you think's killing you?
Oh, where do you even start?
The joke that you're going to try first. never gets old.
I think I'm like Abby. I would hide. I was so scared. I mentioned this earlier in the month. I was so scared of even hide and seek as a kid.
Hmm.
Where would you hide in the nightclub though? I'm not going to lie. When they were talking about what people were doing, I was like,
know.
this doesn't make sense, guys.
I mean, locking yourself in like, yeah, a cupboard type situation is
Yeah.
not, or a room at least that has a lock on it that you can barricade the door. That's fine.
Yeah. The smart.
But you will then die in a fire. 'Cause-
That is
Do you
true.
think? Do you
because
think you'd be-
historically murders and fires happen at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Film
a
it like they
effective
do.
way to kill people, I guess.
Do you think you'd be more scared hiding, like than running around? Like, because there's something about the inertia that would actually let the fear grow. Whereas when you're doing something, you feel like
I agree.
I feel like you would have to move around. Like they move around so often in this book, and I feel like you would have to move around to not die because you have to be ahead of the killer in a way.
Yeah.
Whereas if you sit in the one spot, like you'll be found.
Hmm.
yeah,
But surely we all know the best hide and seek players as kids were those that changed spots. Because when you were seeking them, you'd be like, I've checked everywhere. Where are they? And then you'd be like, oh, they're moving. Like,
I
Much
feel
much
like-
more advanced hide and seek than I ever played.
I feel like my partner would survive because we used to go skiing, and he gets a bit stupid and starts hiding sometimes. And one time I couldn't find him anywhere, and he was in our room. And you know how you hang your ski jacket on a hook?
Oh,
Gotten up in there and put his arms in there and pulled his legs up, and he was in the ski jacket. And like I was like, hey, core strength to keep your knees
How
pulled
did
up
he,
that long.
how did he
Wow.
pull his legs up? Did he
Yeah, what was he hanging on? That's
I'm
wild.
really impressed.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
was
like we don't
pretty
have
impressed.
time to unpack that.
I think we need an Amy Ann podcast hide and seek now. I think
We should all like film where we would hide.
where we would hide.
My cat,
No,
my
that's
cat likes to hide behind. We've got these transparent curtains, and she sits behind them like she's totally hidden.
you can see her outline. Yeah.
You just see her completely. They're just white mesh curtains, so you can just see, you can
can
stare
just
into
see.
her eyes, and she thinks she's totally invisible.
Oh dear.
That would be me.
what's
I'd be
really-
doing
what's-
something like that. There'd be a mirror reflecting me, and I wouldn't realize it.
I worry that I would get bored hiding and then become dumb because I'm just like, surely it's been ages, especially if I don't have my phone. Like,
Yeah.
I would struggle to
given
sit
away by,
still and
like,
quiet for
Instagram or
an
TikTok
extended period
noises.
of time.
This is a part of the date at the beginning where they go on, like
Yeah.
they're entering the speed date scenario and they have to give up their devices.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
would finish there. Well, first of all, I wouldn't go on a speed date. Which we can have a
I
conversation
want to
about.
come back to this because this is a question I have.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't be giving up my device.
No way.
To a complete stranger? Honestly.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
Okay, A, has anyone ever been speed dating?
No.
Yes, but not romantically. We did one at in uni back in Canberra. They had a pride event that was like speed dating, but for friends, basically.
That's
Just trying to
kinda cool.
network. Yeah.
Cool.
Did you
There were a lot of like a
any
lot of
friends out of it?
it was like I didn't. But that's me. It was like it was in one of the bars at the ANU and it was open too, like because it was like an O week type thing. So a lot of other people came also who
Oh,
perhaps weren't don't fall under that umbrella, and we were like, oh, well, that's weird. So not a closed event,
Yeah.
unfortunately, like
Whereas-
this one is.
yeah, this one's like curated, which would give you
Yeah.
a sense of safety, right? That someone's done some curation.
Yeah, they've got your government name down somewhere.
So, yeah, my sister-in-law did a magazine article a long time ago now, but when speed dating was first a thing, I can't remember what magazine, it might have been Women's Health or one of those kinds of things, where she had to go and do a speed dating event, which she said it was so weird and interesting.
I don't know if they do speed dates as often now.
Yeah, they definitely do still do them. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
I don't know
saw-
how frequent it is, but I've had some.
I had
Yeah.
someone tell me last week they were thinking about doing it with a friend, actually.
I think
Huh.
they've made a
Okay.
comeback because people are so sick of apps and hate the
Mhm.
app so much.
The
And
most
I think I
recent
would
kind
prefer
of
it over apps because I don't like texting like people I don't know. I'm barely able to keep up. Like I'm barely able to text back my like closest friends. Like I'm not going to remember to text a stranger. So I fear like I think speed dating would be good for that because it's like you can know immediately if you have a kind of like I don't know.
Yeah, well, I believe in chemistry, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's one thing to have intellectual chemistry, but like being in person with someone, there's something about reading micro body language and seeing you can get a better judge of character a little bit more.
Yeah, you can
I
sense
think-
their vibe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's
What
one
did we
thing.
think of the speed dating like before the slasher part starts of the actual speed dating?
I could have read more of it, but that is just me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to see more of it. I would love to have heard of meet more of the guys because I was actually really
Mm.
entertained by that bit. I loved it.
I also liked how it put the whole. I would have liked more of it too. I agree because I would have liked to understand just a little bit more past a first impression from a bunch
Yeah.
of people, so that
Well,
I could
that's
have
the
been
speed
weighing up
dating
the
of it,
two
though.
options. Yeah, no, very true. But if it had been extended to go through other people, then I would have had more options to choose between. Like, I mean, we can
Yeah.
do spoilers, but like not big spoiler. But I would have liked to have chosen between more than two people.
Yeah,
So-
I think
So you
Opposed
know how they have like their conversational gambits and you get an idea of the people by what they talk about. So you get to kind of see her when she nerds out on her horror films and her romance films. You're like, okay, you can kind of see who she's gelling with by when she's nerding out with people or not, or when she's being really cautious. So what do you think would be a great question to ask someone to get their vibes?
oh,
I mean, for all of us, it's what do you read, right?
Yeah. And
because
what
how
would
a
be a
person
turn off question? Like, what would be the question someone would give where you're like, maybe not?
I
Oh,
feel like her
God.
one date with
so
that
many.
what was his name? The guy who dies first, that she's on the
Oh.
Yeah.
date.
Oh, let's not spoil it.
Yeah.
The guy who dies first, but no one has to know yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although
I
we're
thought
probably
we
going to
could
spoil
spoil
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
guys,
let's spoil
I really want to
everything.
talk about spoilers.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
spoil
we've
it.
already
So
spoiled everything.
if you continue listening, then we're going to spoil this completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
All
guy
right.
who dies first when she's on the date with him.
Mm.
I feel like her date with him was how I envision all dates going right now with like
Yes.
white men.
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
that entire date was my nightmare of a date.
I
Yeah,
was
I feel
quite
like the
happy
worst
when he died.
question. Yeah. The worst
That's
question you
an
can get
awful
is
thing
like
to say.
body count, and then you're like, oh no, it's like a manosphere guy. Like,
Yeah, anything that hints at manosphere in like a het kind of date scenario.
I also liked though the way that she described how he sat down, how he breathed, like everything about him. I was like, you are painting a picture. Like, and the voice in the audiobook, like he spoke. I don't know if we've spoken about that yet, but the decision to Justine mentioned it before, and I meant to put it in the chat. But the
Oh, yeah.
decision of having a male do the male voices
Yeah.
was like wild. I was like, damn.
This is the thing. The audiobook is actually really good. I think the
Yeah.
narrator, who is like the main narrator for the audiobook, who I didn't look up her name, sorry, does an incredible job. But it's just
I'll
so
find
like startling every time you hear a different person's voice interjected with dialogue. I was like, whoa.
I've had this with the last couple of audiobooks that I've listened to, which are a bit newer, is I feel this is such a tangent, but I feel like they're starting to treat audiobooks like radio dramas instead of just reading the book, which really, sorry guys, really pisses me off because it's actually an
Wow, that's pretty
accessibility thing
harsh
for me.
words, Millie.
I just mean like whatever, like sorry to the people who make those decisions, but I need somebody to just read the words of the book to me, please.
I agree. I also
But I
just
agree, the
feel
narrator
like
for this book was really good.
I wanted
And I
to
wish
hear
she
her
just
do
read
the
the
other
whole thing.
dialogue.
Yeah, I wish she'd
So-
read the whole thing.
They
So
became
then-
really popular during like Akatar, etc. had their dramatized audiobooks, and they became super popular. And I know Victoria Wilder just released is putting out a new book in June. And those original books that she put out were the Bourbon Boy series, and they had a duet as well for their audiobooks. And in the new cover reveal for those books, like the next series, everyone's saying, "Tell us who the narrators are." Like they were
Oh.
obsessed with it. So there are fans who adore it, but I understand from
Dual
a
point of view is not too
Yeah.
bad, right? Like if you've got a different narrator for different chapters, that's fine. It's the different dialogue within one chapter that's crazy to me. And also sound effects. Like they're adding sound effects and music, which I understand you get that ambiance, but it's like I can do that myself. That's why I read
that's
a
what I was
book.
going to ask.
Yeah.
Is, do you think they're two different things actually? Because
I do.
reading is an imaginative experience that the reader enters into. And like when you're talking about accessibility, like getting it read to you, like when you're a kid even and you're getting read to, it's teaching you to imagine, right? You enter your own world, your own thoughts. Whereas the minute you're kind of dramatizing things, you're not as much in your own imagination.
And also, as a listener, it would be nice to have the choice for me to read the book and then, or look at the book before I decide if I'm going to listen to it or if I'm going to read it myself, and then be like, oh, actually, this might be one that I want to do the, like, let's not call it the theatrical version, but let's do this version over this version. But there are some books where you're like, I don't really need the seagull sounds in the background.
Oh my
Like,
God, just think with this book, some of the sound effects you could put in.
The
There
sound
was
effects
one
was
there
really
are.
good. Yeah, they
Like,
were.
like, are there like gurgling blood noises and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, not gurgling,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
lots of
there's
stabbing
dripping
and
blood
screaming.
noises.
Stabbing
Yeah.
and screaming, amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're
Um,
someone who listens at like 2 point speed though, that's where the music and sound effects affect your listening experience.
Yes,
Yeah.
perhaps.
But this is also the same thing of like, we've really tangented, of having multiple
we have.
narrators, is that the narrators will speak at a certain pace and cadence.
yeah.
And so I'll adjust the speed so it's perfect for whatever narrator I'm listening to. And then if someone else comes in and then I'm like, oh, wow, they were speaking faster and now I couldn't understand what they were saying.
Or the
like,
men's voices are so deep that I have
So
to
deep.
stop and turn the volume up.
Volume
because
up.
I
Yeah,
can't hear
that's
the
it.
frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I will
Anyway.
just say that they were narrated by Stephanie Kay and then Patrick Zeller.
Yeah.
Those are the two
Thank
that did
you.
it.
She
Um,
was
and they were both-
amazing.
It's still
It
a
was
great book.
amazing. They
It's
were
just,
both
it was,
SAG Afro people as well. They
yeah.
it was actually put at the end of
Yeah.
Atria Books, the audiobook, where they said they are both members of
I
SAG
forgot
Afro.
about that.
That was
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
But back to the actual book itself.
Yes,
Plot.
please.
Can I do big spoiler now?
Yeah.
Go for it. Okay, everyone, be warned.
Okay.
Press pause if you haven't finished it. And
There's
come
a
back.
serial
and
killer.
I do feel like for this group, this will not really have counted as a spoiler because I feel like we all would have clocked on immediately. But like immediately, Wes is so cop coded. Like
Yeah,
instantly,
yeah.
his favorite
Yeah.
films are all undercover cop films.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I, as someone who doesn't watch any, like, I don't watch film, name a movie, I haven't seen it. I did not clock that.
I'm
I
such a
reckon I could
film
name
guy,
an
and
animal film.
unfortunately, being a film guy really spoils this book in some way. No, actually, not spoils. I loved it. Like, I really loved seeing little references and clues and being like, oh, I wonder if that's going to play out like this. Like, another major spoiler is that Billy is the name of the boyfriend in the first Scream movie.
Yeah.
Who is the killer? And
And
I was
then-
like, as soon as you see Billy, I was like, well, Billy, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of
Right.
course, like major spoiler,
Hmm.
they do the kind of Scream ending kind of thing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
immediately I was getting all the Scream references because I mean it's like Wes Craven, also Craven. There's so many fun little Easter eggs. If you're like a
so
fan.
many, all the names,
But
like
I
everyone's
know
name.
none
feel
of
like-
these.
Jamie Lee Curtis. You've
Yeah.
got Laurie, who's her character. Like you've got all these references to horror.
Oh, I did Jennifer, and I instantly was like, Jennifer's body? I was like, is that what they're going here? But I was like, no, I don't know.
I'm not a
That's
huge
what I
horror
want.
movie watcher, so I only got some of the references, but I found it really funny as someone who's new to romance that I picked a lot of plot points on the book because of what I know now about romance. So like I
Yeah.
immediately knew who the love interest was, and I was like, well, he's the
Yeah.
love interest, which means this guy is the killer.
It's
There
the
has to
killer,
be
yeah.
two killers, which means this is the second killer. So I went in from another direction, which I think really encapsulates how fun it is to combine the
Yeah.
romance and horror.
So
And it
here's a
definitely
question.
Thriller.
is a merge of both. Like it definitely has so many nods to both rom-coms and romance genre and horror films and horror genre.
So here's a question, because I heard someone talking about this and sort of saying they wished that maybe you didn't know who the love interest was, a bit more that there's more competition. But then I was like, but that's not romance, right?
Yeah.
A romance novel,
No,
you
true.
have to know who you're crushing on from the beginning.
Because the
you need to
problem
see
if you
those
try
two
to
people.
keep that too
Sure.
much of a mystery is that then your reader is not forming a kind of attachment to any of the you want to be invested in their relationship. If you're trying to keep it too open, then how do you become invested enough that you want them to end up together?
That is a
I
good
feel
point.
like knowing who the love interest is does not change at all my experience in reading the book. I still felt moments of like fear or moments of worry for the characters without having to be like, oh, is he the killer?
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
I just think that when it came to the end, and I was like, there's that moment between the love interest and Jamie where it's like, are you, oh my God, maybe you are the killer. And I was like, no, for God's sake, it's obviously him. And he's not. Like the moment it happened as well, like well, again, we can spoil it, but the moment he runs forward to the killer and then gets killed, I was like, he's not fucking dead, he's the killer. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
But because you
I was
don't
like,
see
this is-
him die, right? I was like, come on, girl,
Jamie.
you've seen
Come
everyone
on,
else
girl.
die on
Literally.
screen.
Oh, yes.
Hmm.
But
like,
that
we've
is
got
like
robots.
that is like those schlocky horrors though, right? Because you'll
Yeah.
watch them happen and you like know exactly what's going wrong, exactly. But that's kind of part of the fun of it.
And this
And
is
I do admit I felt like that as a reader though. I did really feel like I was actually in a horror movie.
Come on,
And that-
Jamie.
Yeah, and probably the only thing that I probably would have been attached to was the person that I actually did have the most like kind of interaction or sense with, because I've just put my best friend through an event.
Yeah.
The choice here.
I did love their relationship, Jamie
I
and
loved
Laurie.
it so much.
I wanted
think-
more Laurie though. I wanted her back more.
I
I-
agree, but at the same time, I was so stressed because killing the best friend, right, is such an easy move. I was so stressed the entire novel. Again, these are spoilers. The minute that Laurie gets put in the vent, I
You
was like,
relax.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Also,
As
you
long as Laurie
need
doesn't
Jamie to
then
be
the
with
love interest or
Wes.
her won't die.
You
Yeah.
need Jamie to be with Wes. So if Laurie's around, Jamie's fixated on Laurie, not on Wes. So
And
Yeah,
yeah.
and
you wanted
I'll
to
admit the
echo
bathroom scene is terrifying though. That was the
Yeah.
scariest scene for that
But
entire
also,
book.
would you have sex in a bathroom when there's a serial killer on the loose? Would you?
Oh no, they were the janitors.
They had sex in a
Cupboard.
janitor's closet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's right.
different.
That's
But it
right.
does
Would
seem
you,
to get
would
that, I
you,
think.
There's no bathroom involved. It's hygienic in the janitor's closet. But
Obviously.
would you let your guard down that much while there's a serial killer around?
No,
No.
Nope.
no.
But all horror movies do, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
you have
politely,
to. It's
So,
rule
yeah, go,
number
Justin.
one. You have to break it by the end of the book.
That's right.
I could be putting furniture together, and my partner could come and give me like a little thing, or a kiss on the cheek, and I go, "Can't you tell that I'm busy?" So like, if I'm, like,
This is IKEA, guys. I have to put my IKEA furniture together.
No, that's a very well-coded joke. But I would say that if I was being chased by a serial killer, I'd be like, the last thing I want right now is a tender touch on the bottom. Okay, all right, you gotta get out of here.
I really loved how how Shailee merges those like the physiological similarities between like adrenaline and fear and all that stuff with the like realities of like attraction and sex and desire.
Arousal, that it's all arousal.
Yeah. It was just, I really loved every time I saw it in the book, not just around the like experience of the character in like living this moment, but also all the like tropes.
Yeah.
Like it was very fun seeing like both the subversion and then like, I don't know, unsubversion of things like, common rom-com kind of ideas of like like, oh, I'm obsessed with you, and it's like there's the creepy side and then there's the like romantic side, and it's used in both ways in a way that's really playful throughout the whole book.
I used to set this writing, I won't do it this year because I'm talking about it here, but this in Love and Death, my semester 2 topic, where for the romance week I would set an exercise of someone does the most romantic gesture you can think of, and then to introduce horror, I'd say, now imagine it's unwanted. And it suddenly flips that affect. And I think you're right. Like the playfulness with that in this book is really good.
There was a line that I flagged when the killer is like, oh, you deserve someone, like you deserve to be pursued. You deserve, or whatever. And it was like, that's so funny because it's like, I see like, you see conversations around dating where people are like, oh, I just want someone who's going to, take the initiative and pursue me. I don't want to have to be the one who makes the first move and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, and then you just subvert that language in a different scenario.
I think
one of my favorite bits in the book actually is towards the end when they're doing the final confrontation at the end, and she's switched tactics from horror to romance because she realizes that his story is a romance, even though hers is
so
horror.
smart.
I was like, that's really good.
And that internal dialogue that reinforces that like lets you know that that's where the switch is coming. Like she's like, I'm understanding it now, and I'm like, damn, this is very good blending of genres and just making
what's also good
relevant
about that, I think, is she doesn't think of herself as a romance heroine. Like she actually frames Laurie as kind of the romance heroine, or
which
some
is
of
why
the
she
other
doesn't
women.
realize it's her until it's very, because like the whole time you're like, it's you, girl, it's you. But then there were points where I was like, she was talking it out, and I was like, oh, maybe it's not. Maybe there's going to be a twist. Maybe it's not her. And then when her name's spelled, I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah,
okay, it
really draws it together. So
I like that the twists aren't related to how you can shape the plot away from what you're expecting, but instead twisting the genre with the character to see if that's like we expect it to be Jamie for the first thing. She's the protagonist. She's got the friend. Like she comes to the thing there. So let's not change that because that expectation might be hard to change or break a contract that people are having when they come into the book. So instead, let's try and work on how the genres merge, then unmerge, and then merge again at the end. And the
only thing maybe I would have liked to see a bit more of was when we're talking about that kind of end point where she's like, oh, it's me. Like, I'm not just the final girl, I'm the romance heroine in this twisted kind of thing. And then she's also the romance heroine with Wes. Was I felt like I could have got more of her interiority, like more sense of an inner journey. Because like, she's just so great. It's like watching this wisecracking, smart, like she's just always great from the very first page to the end, which is maybe the point. Maybe that's perfect. But I kind of, as a romance reader, would have liked to have seen her journey to the point of kind of going, yes, I am the heroine.
Embracing it. Because she
I
never
think it's just-
quite does that. But then I also think if you take a step back from the romance horror bookness
Yeah.
of it, you're like, actually, that would be incredibly traumatizing. And I probably wouldn't come out of it going, yes, I'm the heroine.
I do like that at the end they talk about the therapy stuff and about the fact that the three of them are quite often like they find themselves occasionally falling back into the horrible trauma of the situation, and that as a group of people they kind of somebody nominates themselves to take on a bit of that load and help the other person that's just fallen. And I was like, that is actually a really lovely way to see it, because you usually have to wait for the second horror movie to see how people have survived the first one.
And then
like,
if it's the second horror movie, you know
isn't
stuff's
doing
about to
overly
get bad
great in
again.
the second
Yeah,
one.
and the second horror. Yeah, if there is a second horror movie,
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Copycat.
on that, I loved that the three of them lived together in the ending.
Yeah.
Like I just found, Jamie and Laurie's friendship so beautiful, and it felt so like authentically like how these two people would be best friends with each other.
Yeah.
And I think the most emotional I got was when they reunite. Like I was
Oh,
Yeah,
like,
that was a good moment. Yeah.
It's my
You're my
favorite book part
favorite
in the whole
person?
book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my favorite part of the whole book because I just was like, yes, thank you. The first person she looks for when she gets out of there is her friend and not Wes.
Yeah, not the guy.
He's still
Yeah,
important,
yeah.
that's fine. But
and I like
But
the
she
fact that
just
she
met him
goes,
tonight, whereas she's
yeah,
like, she and Laurie go way back.
And I like that these emotional arcs are like parallel rather than in competition with each other. Like it is almost, I think Shailee and you guys talked about that in the interview, that it's almost like the other romance narrative is her friendship with Laurie. And I was like, yeah, it really does feel like that. But not in a way that takes away from the the romance between Jamie and Wes.
Yeah, and also that it's not like, oh, Laurie's still single. Like it's
Yeah.
like no,
Yeah.
fine. Like, like she
Yeah.
escapes, she does all these great things, she's amazing, she reunites with Jamie, and then she lives and it's totally fine. It's not like now we've got to get Laurie a boyfriend.
true.
Like,
Because I
none of
thought that the point of the like by the end of the novel, you forget the entire point is they were both going out to date.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was a little bit disappointed that she had a boyfriend at the end though, because I really would love a Laurie book.
Watch it. It'll
Except
be
you would be looking at, I guess, documentary film like structures instead.
yeah.
and Shaylee's
Which would be cool,
Yeah.
actually.
Shaylee's genre is horror-mance as well, right? And it's like, do I want Laurie to go through another?
I know,
No.
true. She's
No.
been
Eva
through
did not
enough.
deserve that. I don't know how big that
It's a
vent was because
rom-com.
I haven't got the map, but I assume that the vent that Laurie crawled through was pretty substantial. That girl deserves it.
The map's pretty cool. If you can
Yeah,
see
I
it.
loved the map.
Yeah, those of you listening can't see it, but those of you on YouTube can see it. It's really detailed. I really loved it. I kept coming back to it.
Yeah, I said this in the interview, but it's the first time I've actually. Normally I see a map, particularly fantasy ones, and I'm like, meh, next. And like wherever, if it tells me a name of a place, I'm like, okay, like I'll figure it out in my mind. But this map I actually flicked back to so I could figure out where they were and how many doors.
I
or,
cannot relate.
like,
I'm always flipping back to the maps or the
Yeah.
what
The
do they
family
what do they
trees
call
where
it?
they have the genealogy and stuff.
Yeah.
A
Yeah, what do they
glossary.
call that? There's a specific word for all of the like material in the book that's not
Front
the
matter?
actual text. Not just front
Index?
matter, but no,
Appendix?
there's
Yeah,
like
appendices.
I
The-
forget. It's like
No.
marginalia, but not marginalia, because marginalia is about
Epigraphs, ephemera,
ephemera maybe? I don't know. Paratext potentially.
paratext, that is
Yeah.
a thing.
I'm trying to remember my
We're
academic
just making up
words.
words now. We're just saying stuff.
But yeah, I don't know, just the text that is a part of the material object of the book that isn't the book itself. I always am referring back to it, like in whatever genre it is. I love to flick back, being like, "That's here."
So horror romance, having a moment. Thoughts about it? Like how this is actually really fun. I like this, I really love B grade horror.
If I see a blending like this, I think between a bunch of different genres, I would be more on board with it. I will admit. Like, yeah, there's some things that, like, this is a book club. There's some things that I would have liked to see more of in the book. Like, nothing's perfect, but if we can blend things more like this and keep the pacing, like, I don't think we mentioned the pacing, but it is
Yeah.
so
It's like a
on
film.
point. you just keep going with it. It's hard to put down. It's hard to stop listening to. You can get through. I got through the whole thing in 2 days, and it just was so easy. So if there's more of a blending like this, I think it's a really, really, really great pattern for what the genre could do. Same with what was it? Feast for me. I feel
Feast while
bad.
Feast while you
Feast
can.
while you
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
Well, I was thinking, because again, I've not read a
Mm.
lot of horromance, but those two are ones that I've read now.
Yeah.
But I do think it was interesting to see the differences of like in tone between, because this is that very like genre forward in terms of being
And
that,
rom-com-y, like pacey,
yeah,
fun,
rom-com and
frothy.
slasher,
Yeah.
and like also all of the movie references. It has that kind of like,
It's got popcorn flicks kind of feels.
It's
yeah,
very
it really,
self-referential.
it's like a different
but-
tone, like to Feast While You Can, which is still horromance, but a totally different.
It
Like it's
definitely-
not
More-
rom-com.
more
It's a
like,
much
Gothic.
grittier horromance.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
got a
I
more
quite liked
broody-
both books, so
Yeah.
I'm all about it, I guess.
See, I could go
Yeah, I'm all about
darker too. I love like the light and frothy stuff, but also I actually probably could do quite a dark romance. I think like a dark horror romance would be kind of fun.
Mm.
Well, see, I like these because they're doing horror romance. They're not doing dark romance.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I feel like if we're
I
going to
don't
do
think I meant
dark,
dark romance. I think I meant dark horror with romance.
I knew,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
knew what
yeah.
you meant. But I just think
I'd
it's
be interested to
interesting
see
that
how
we
far we
have
push it.
dark romance, but that I'm not interested in. But what horror romance is doing feels
Yeah.
different and feels, I don't
Because
know,
dark
like,
romance isn't presented as a horror, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd be
there
interested
is
to
very
see how
I
far
necessarily
I won't get
think
us
it's
back on that
aspirational,
front,
but-
though,
because we can go on
do
that
this
for
all the
hours.
time.
Wait, doesn't Harry have a game? Or
Yes.
Harry has a
Do you wanna play
slideshow or
your
something?
game? Are we
I
going
do
to
have
play
a
a
We've only
game?
got 15 minutes left,
Let
so
me
How does that
I
bear
feel
with
like
me
we
for
barely
one second.
spoke about the book, and yeah, I know we have, but
Well, after we do, while Harry's booting up, can I just quickly ask a question about
Yeah.
at the beginning of every paragraph is every chapter is an epigraph, which is like a twisted quote from a rom-com, which I just wanted to ask you about because I don't know if you've seen all the films, Justine.
some of them.
You've seen some of them. There's a lot of 90s references. So they got My Best Friend's Wedding, even Hope Floats. Has anyone seen that? It's like a really old Sandra Bullock and Harry Connick Jr. film.
Oh, I'll be watching that.
It's just going back to his small town kind of thing.
This book does make me want to go binge just a whole bunch of like, yeah, both rom-coms
I know.
and horror films.
And B
Yeah.
grade horror. I know. I was like, oh, I've got to go back and watch all the screams and
Yeah.
like,
So good.
yeah, what you did last summer.
I'll read one out so that people know what we're talking about. So this quote is not from Never Been Kissed. So that's how they flag it's not actually from the movie. That moment when you kill someone and everything around becomes hazy and the only thing in focus is you and this person, and you realize that person is the only person that you're supposed to kill for the rest of your life. So they're at the beginning of every chapter, and they're just like a really fun signal of
Yeah.
here's what we're playing with right here.
I love the chapter titles too. The way that they play on the like not from here, not from there. And I'm like, oh, and in the audiobook as well, I loved that not the male voice. That's all I get. It's like what I want to say. I don't want to like specify the person, but the way that they did it, I was like, okay, this is very soothing.
This is another fun one. I think I'd murder you even if we'd never met, not the wedding date.
I like this one too. I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him not to murder her, not Notting Hill. All right, Harry's gonna give us
Is this sharing?
Yes.
Oh,
It
okay.
is
But for
sharing.
those
This
of
is
you
exciting.
those of you listening, it says who survives, who dies.
if you're
Right.
listening, this
Good
is
one.
the moment you just switch over to the YouTube
Yeah,
so you
see
can
the
see Harry's
PowerPoint.
beautiful PowerPoint.
So I just want to put it
Um,
out there first,
I
just
don't
from a
think it's
personal
showing up. Oh, there
perspective,
you go. Yep.
that I'm up for book covers. I think I could be taking Abby on this one here. Okay, just a couple canvas slides here. Down the bottom there it says to Amy End, and it's From Death. Okay,
Okay.
with the first one here, and y'all get to answer. So I hope it changes on time. Are you ready?
Sure.
Go.
Is it up? Locked
Yep.
in lavishness. While locked in a lavish manor on a writer's retreat, the doors mysteriously lock automatically at midnight. The lights go out and 3 of us die. When the lights come back on, all that's left in the foyer is an old notebook. Who of us is the killer? Who do we think?
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Okay. I was like, what are we doing?
Okay.
Now I get it.
Old note.
We're ready.
Actually,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say Amy is the killer.
Amy's the
Straight
killer,
up,
yeah.
just because Amy has quite a collection of notebooks.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm the killer
That
too.
is a good point. I did not even think of that.
Or it
Oh,
could
I'm
be,
surrounded by them. It's so depressing.
or it could be that that's the first misdirect. We're supposed to think it's Amy, but it's not.
enough.
Oh.
But if 3 of us are dead, there's only 2 of us alive. So you
Yeah,
kind of know
yeah.
who the killer is.
Well, we need to
Yeah,
include Payton.
Yeah, Peyton's dead.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
okay.
always
Payton.
Payton
Yeah.
who's the killer
Payton.
because where is she?
So the second
Mysteriously.
question is, where do you hide? So I've done the Barbie Manor. Which
So in
was
Barbie Manor, where do we hide?
in Barbie Manor, where we hide. I picked Lavish Manor. I thought Barbie
I
Manor.
feel like in a lavish manner, I'm staring at this Barbie Manor picture. There's a lot of balconies. I feel like I could reach the roof.
Oh yeah, up on the roof is a good one.
Yeah, I feel like if I got out on a balcony and scaled to the
Is
roof.
there a chimney? Can I climb up a chimney?
I think I would lock myself in a bathroom because
No,
then you
Amy,
have
you're the
access to
killer.
water.
Access
Yeah,
to water.
oh,
Yeah,
I'm the
that's-
killer,
That's
okay.
thinking long term.
I'm not hiding anywhere if I'm the killer then.
No, if
People
you're trying to
with
get up the
lavish
chimney,
manners-
you're just trying to kill Abby, who's on the roof.
Like reverse Santa.
Oh, and which 3 die first? So we've killed Peyton straight away, but who's dying first down here? We've all died
Oh,
downstairs.
in the dark,
foyer.
it's me.
Yeah, we've all died downstairs because none of us are running upstairs. That's one of the rules.
Except Abby, who's on the roof.
Yes, Abby's on the roof.
Who started scaling the balcony the moment people started dying?
Yeah, this is the problem with running up high, is that you then might just die accidentally by
We
falling.
might slide off. They're pretty curved roofs. so
That's
you've gotta
true.
be
I can
careful
see a
up
bit of a
there.
You
curve,
guys
yeah.
have no faith in me.
Of all of us, you're the one I would most expect to survive a roof climb. How about that?
Thank you, thank you.
That's quite kind. All right, the next one is
That's quite kind. He doesn't have any faith in you, Abby.
the book Bludgeoner, where you're all at a chaotic book signing at a huge bookshop. A masked fan starts picking off authors one by one, but leaves notes on each victim. I came up with these about 25 minutes before we started.
This is
Very
great.
rash
This is
pretty good.
This is actually so Payton
Yeah.
coded.
Yeah.
So, one, what would each of our
Actually
fatal
still here.
flaws be as victims while trying to escape the killer in a bookstore? I did think about this last night, didn't I?
Oh, I'd
2,
start browsing.
Yeah,
What
me
do we
too.
think?
I'd
That was
stop
my
to buy a
first thought.
book.
be like,
I'm
"Ooh,
dying because I'm too
you."
busy browsing.
I'd
Yeah.
stop to turn my book around to face the room so people would buy it. And
I
then-
also, and
I do that to your books.
This is really giving me
Thank
like
you.
Willy Wonka energy. Like the idea that like we're all gonna misbehave in a specific way during this.
Who's the
like, sign.
blueberry, guys? Who's
Oh.
the blueberry?
That's so funny. Amy
violet,
trying
violet.
to say, like, curate her own
Yeah.
section before she
Buy my
dies.
book.
Yeah,
Abby's just browsing when she gets killed.
he falls
She'd
into
be
the
like,
river
"Oh,
of books."
dragons."
Yeah, it would be like that. I'd be like, I gotta hide, gotta like, you're kind of crawling along, and I'd be like, hang on, what's that book? I haven't seen that before.
I haven't seen that
Yeah.
before.
I think Justina would start talking to the killer.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm quite
Yeah.
yappy. I was just-
What do you
And
think? This is the
you'd
good
be
one. You should
explaining
buy
why
that.
this is like not a good idea. Like,
Millie,
also
what
the
fatal
notes,
flaw is
like
Oh.
leaving notes on each of us is so interesting.
Oh, I know.
That's
that
so
was.
personal.
Harry's
know.
totally the killer in this one.
I'm the killer. I am the killer.
It's like,
Millie,
it's
Millie,
like,
how
this
are
is
you dying in the
exactly how
bookstore?
you've wronged me.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I would have to be taken out first because I'm very good at picking up on vibes.
Yes.
So I would immediately know that something was wrong, Harry, and that you were trying to kill us.
Yeah. I know the note he'd
never
leave
know.
on me. He'd just
All
leave
right.
a copy of The Cursed Vagina on my body.
And that's
Brought
where
it back.
That's where I find Justina trying to talk me down from talking. Like,
Harry,
"Oh,
you haven't passed your PhD yet. Just wait 6 months.
settle."
I feel like the other flaw would be because I don't have situational awareness is that I would accidentally blank Harry. So then the note he leaves on me is a blank piece of paper.
Ah,
That's, all right, how dare she? Stick it on your forehead. Right, Abby, what do you think I'm leaving on your body?
I have no. It would be something extremely mean and sarcastic. I don't know what though.
Oh,
It would just be like dragons
Right.
should talk.
yeah.
Either dragons should talk, or I'll write something like "noodle is next."
Or Or it'd be some rebuttal of like if Abby's giving you editing notes or something, it
Oh,
would be
yeah.
a rebuttal of them.
That's very true. So sorry, I never edit podcast episodes.
I did do a PowerPoint, so thank you.
Yeah, but I've made a game. Millie, what do you think I'm putting on your corpse?
Captive
Such a
Prince is
morbid
bad, actually.
One day we'll do the promised Captive Prince debate episode.
Oh, we need to do that.
It's so true. Captive Prince was bad. Cross it out.
You
Can't
can't
argue with me now.
Can't argue that now.
All right, the next one. Oh no! Spoiler!
Oh, we won't watch.
Fast.
What
All right,
happening?
this next one is the time loop killer. So we're stuck in a time loop where you're murdered every night at 11 p.m. ACT by the same killer whilst on a university campus.
Oh,
The only way out is to change your fate. So what do you do on loop number 1?
I would set my watch forward, so I'm already past.
That's smart. I like that.
I feel like on
don't
loop
think it
number
is.
1, I wouldn't really realize the situation that's happening, so I'd make the same error.
Yeah, that's true. I would.
I think the first thing I would
Yeah.
try would just be hiding, like hide somewhere, and then at 11:11 exactly, I get discovered somehow. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
lock the door and
my
then go in.
loop 1 is looping in my best friends with whom I will have some kind of code word that we know to say if we're stuck in a time loop.
Oh,
Yeah.
smart. So what are we doing on loop 20 then?
By then,
Well, I
I'll
assume
be
I'll be out by loop
incredibly good
20.
at piano.
I love that
Yeah,
confidence,
yeah.
Billy. I love that
Yeah,
confidence.
you'd
It's
be
like, I'll be out.
madly in love with Andy McDowell by this point.
Yeah.
Justina, did you just say that you'd be good at piano by loop 20?
Yeah,
That's
Groundhog
a
Day.
Groundhog Day reference.
I'd have finished the PhD.
Oh no, that would be the actual loop that would kill me, which is writing my PhD and then going back to the start of the day and all my work is gone.
Oh,
Oh, magic.
Oh my
I
God.
would really hope by
At that point,
at
I'd be like,
least
"Come on, killer, just."
by
Yes,
loop
take
by
me.
loop 20, guys, I would have gone home at 10 o'clock. Like I would have been smart enough to
Yeah.
just leave that place.
You reckon? Yeah, okay. I
But
think
then,
you still
like,
get
Try to
hunted
leave,
at
but the
11.
time loop would
Do
get
you
you
still,
somehow.
yeah, do
Yeah,
you
the
still
time
just
loop will
die a
get you.
different way?
Like
Because you
Final
have to avoid your
Destination.
fate. Yeah. Like you have to avoid it. It's coming for you.
And
You have
for
to.
actually-
The only way you can do it is to survive the killer at 11 p.m.
And unless you're like Millie and have prepared a code word to let people know you're in a time
Which
loop,
is smart.
a lot of loops are going to be spent memorizing people's dialogue so that you can convince them that you're in a time loop by saying what they're saying exactly as they
That's
say.
right.
it.
It's
So
so
true.
true.
So
And
then
when
I
you
have
have
a
a bad
terrible
memory,
memory.
By
Not
loop
a lot.
150, where are we talking? What do we
Oh,
got?
I'd be like eating all the food I don't normally eat. Do you know? Like I'd just be ordering
I feel like by
pizza
loop
and ice
150,
cream.
I have admitted defeat. Like,
I'd be breaking vending machines. You're right.
Yeah.
Amy,
Do you
I'd
have
be
an
like, I
answer to
don't
this?
care.
How do we kill this maniac?
Oh yeah, how do you
No,
break
you
the
have-
loop? I
there's
think you
no
break the
answer,
loop
you
by
can't.
falling in love and becoming a better person.
Oh yeah,
feel
and
like
then it
Payton would break
snows
the
and you make
loop.
a snowman and it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
surely
exactly.
you break the loop by killing the killer.
You do break
Right.
the loop by killing the killer. You are correct, Millie. So who do we think out of all of us is... Damn it, that was on my note sheet too. But I love the... So who do we think is the only one to break the loop?
I think
guess
Millie would
Millie.
break the loop. Yeah.
I think Millie would break the loop.
I think
Millie
Millie
literally
just
said...
did break the loop.
Oh,
no?
Yeah. But Millie was also like, by loop 20, I'd be out of this. So there's no point in me answering.
I
loop
don't believe in time. All time is happening at once, so therefore I won't.
All
I'll
right.
be fine.
Now, are we prepared for the next one, which I nearly spoiled? It's funny.
Harry, I love you. Is this
Alright.
the last one?
It is. The
Okay.
live Amy and Book Club podcast.
'Cause it's
episode
nearly
that is jealous
11:11.
of our fame and coolness and maybe really likes capitalism and hates books. So if you had to defend yourself with a weapon right now without leaving your position, what would it be?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Please present.
Oh, good one.
Wow, Millie.
What have
Millie,
you
what?
got? What have you got?
Scissors.
Oh, two
Also,
scissors,
guys,
hands and scissors.
I don't know that I've got any.
Are you not all sitting at your desks with
Yeah.
your
The fork is
stationery?
good.
do not
Also-
have
Desk has nothing on it. I have a fork.
Oh,
Yeah, I
easy.
shall pick my
Also,
heavy drink
my-
bottle.
emotional support water bottle.
My-
Yeah, like Harry.
All right,
My
don't judge
Yeti's pretty
me.
big.
Don't judge
Oh
me.
no.
But
I
a
love
bottle
that.
of
Amy-
empty champagne.
Yeah, nice.
And then, of course,
Nice.
there's always the old.
Maybe you could go by that. The time it
Remember,
took you to
Justina's
find
body
that
is a weapon.
Yeah, you're right. Justina's like, I know what I've got.
Yeah, literally.
My fist.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh,
Just body weight only.
Oh God, that's so funny. Amy, I don't know. Let me
I
have a
don't
look.
know.
I empty a
I
bottle of
don't
wine.
want to break the nice things.
No, that's how Amy would die.
There's
She's
only
looking at
notebooks.
bottles of wine and checking the
Seriously.
labels
Yeah.
before snatching them. Being like, no,
take
not
us
this
off
one.
the full screen.
In
Thank
actual
you.
fact, it's just all notebooks and they don't hurt anyone at all.
If you get enough of them, you could get enough momentum to
So the
really
nib of a pen is
whack
quite
someone.
sharp. I could probably
Yeah.
put someone's eye out.
True.
through
Take
it.
And
an
then
eye
they'll
out,
get some
yeah.
kind of ink poisoning.
Yeah.
How's your aim though?
What
You get an eye?
about what about if I just like hand them social media and they'll be so distracted?
The psychic damage.
Oh,
Oh, you
high
just hand them an
concept.
open TikTok feed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, look at these puppies.
Scroll.
Oh.
That's why you don't take people's phones away in a horror book, guys.
Very
Mm.
true.
The
I would
real
like
How
to-
else will
I
they
would like
distract
to
the
convince-
killer, you know?
But you got to have a secret second phone just in case of a slasher film event.
Well,
I'd like to
hopefully.
convince the amount of sharp objects that were just available for people to
I
have.
know.
just Billy was
I'm
like,
worried the
I was
scissors
ready
are
to
right
kill.
out.
and then
Yeah.
Justina did the same. I was like, damn.
Do you not keep scissors on your desk?
What am I
No.
cutting?
What if you
No.
need to do?
Yeah,
What if
what
you
am I
need to
cutting?
color?
I work on a laptop.
What are you cutting?
I work on a laptop, guys.
How do you
I don't own
junk
a glue
journal?
stick.
I have like 50 books and nothing else.
Yeah.
What about
I
the
have a
arts
really
and
heavy
crafts?
Oh, that's fair. I
All
guess
right,
maybe you guys
let's
are
focus, guys, back
Sorry.
to the task
Yeah.
at hand.
Sorry.
Hopefully this conversation has given you a hint of how much fun the book is, because it really is a lot of fun.
Hopefully you've already read it actually, because we did
Yeah.
talk a lot about big spoilers.
I've been teaching for a long time. I know no one ever reads the book, but hopefully now that we've talked a lot, you will definitely be reading this book because it's so much fun. If you just like, if you need to be transported and you love horror movies and rom-coms, it's just so much fun. So thank you, Shailee. We really enjoyed the interview. We really loved the book. Everyone, if you haven't read it, How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates, and the audiobook I have on, your recommendation is amazing, right? With jump scare male voices and all.
Yeah.
So now I want to announce next month we're going from bad romance to YA, which seems like a big jump. And we're really thrilled. Last year we had Olivia De Silva join us to talk about her memoir when we were talking about life writing. And this year we've got Olivia back to talk about her YA book Eggshell. And we've got a really jam-packed month for April. We've just got so much on that is so much fun. So we have multiple interviews. Do we announce them? Can I announce them? I can announce them, right?
Yeah.
So we have Olivia back joining us. Not really an interview. She's just going to be one of us for the week, and is going to be talking about favorite YA books that we have. And then we're going to be really lucky and get to interview Amy Kaufman, for those of you who are big Amy Kaufman fans. So fantasy, sci-fi, middle grade, YA, New York Times bestseller, all-round amazing human being, also doing a PhD. So that's fun. So we're going to talk to Amy Kaufman about
One of us,
yeah. And then we're going to dive into this book, which is just going to be great fun because I have already read this and I ripped through it. Like, Olivia's
Plastic
just such a
Budgie
great
was
reader.
so fun. So
And we
It
get to
was
talk
great.
about it in conversation with Plastic Budgie, which we were keen to do back last year when we read that. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us. We've been rollicking tonight. It's the first one we've done in ages, so we're a little bit hyped up. We might be more focused next time if we're lucky. Anyway, thank you for joining us. We always love having you with us, and we'll see you guys next month for YA month.